ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
Roten dishes to Freak. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter.
Move the ball.
To the paint. Here's O'Quinn. Lays it up and banks it in.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here is Livingston. 8 points his last outing. Nobody near Barnes. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Barnes has got himself on the board with 3 there. Now here's Roten. D right on him. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. Thompson with it, out defended by Freak. And here's Barnes for 3. That's good. Barnes has got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Warriors.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
Yeah, no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
On the wing, Williams shoots a 3. And it's Spates with the rebound. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
And he gets it to go. Freak's got his first basket of the night.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Thompson inside the line. Rebound by Williams.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Transitioning from college to the pros can be a challenge for many players. Here's what Freak had to say about adjusting his game to the NBA. Good points, Clark. What role do you play? And the whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Freak in at shooting guard. Anthony out there with Williams. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's O'Quinn in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Suns was superb. He ended with 10 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
Here's Barnes, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did, and people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates. New York shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
And both free throws good for Williams. And so it's Golden State with it. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
Roten, the pass to Freak. It's rebounded by Golden State.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Spates kicks to Thompson. And the three off target. Knicks trail by 17. Curry with the steal. 44 seconds left in the first half. Feeds to Varejao. Can't hit. And New York the other way now. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Back to Curry. Baseline try, and he drops that one in.
Assisted.
Curry's got 17 now.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
45. 60.
No luck. And that does it for the first half of...
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you...
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even... The team's deciding to change it up. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Barnes and Green are the forward set. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. And it's Spates. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Spates sets a screen. Livingston dishes to Thompson. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 5. Good chance here for Barnes. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. Knicks trail by 16. Roten, the fast freak. Thomas kicks to Roten. He dishes it to Freak.
Let's see some numbers here on Tony Roten. How last month turned out for him. Getting around 12 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
The Knicks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Here is Livingston. He's got 9. There's Green with the 3. Here's Thompson. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game. And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
Spates sets a screen. Thompson with it. 14 points for him. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Thompson's got 9 points in the quarter.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Now here's Freak, guarded closely. Pass to Roten. At the elbow, it's Freak. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Freak's got 15.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Porzingis passes to Thomas. Williams kicks to Thomas. Passes to Freak. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Roten. Now the feed to Freak. Misses the chippy right there.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Warriors on top, leading by 17. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. So for the Knicks, Porzingis comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Tony Roten. Freak in at 2-guard. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony. And it's Calderon in at the point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. Curry dishes to Bogut. No good. Now the Knicks take it the other way. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And the Knicks miss again. Warriors leading by 23. Iguodala the pass to Green. Curry with it. Out defended by Freak. And Curry, here we go. He sinks the 11-footer. Curry's got 29.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
The pass to Freak. Anthony on the wing. 1:51 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Freak. It's rebounded by Golden State. Now Curry. Thompson outside. There's the dish to Bogut. Golden State moving the ball around. They double-team Curry. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. From outside, off the mark.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Curry. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Iguodala wide open. Offline with his 3. Freak with it, working on Thompson. Here's Lopez. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
At the line for your Knicks, Robin Lopez. At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Lopez. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Livingston. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by